Okay, did this work? Okay, this works. Now I have to give people a new link. Hi, if there's anyone in here. Stream URL. Okay. What are they saying? Okay. Just gonna delete everything. Thanks a lot. YouTube. Modelland is live. Yay! Okay, there's people in here. Yes, hello, everyone. Hi. Hello. Happy early Halloween! Yay! Live chat. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. I'm gonna regret this costume choice immediately. But for now... Hi everyone. Oh my gosh, there's so many nice comments. YouTube changed something, I guess, so I had to fix the stream. Should be all good. I missed you, hot queens. How's everyone doing? Oh my gosh, my cat decided to lay on my lap while I'm wearing this really hot costume. She's very cute, but this ain't gonna last this stream. It's a shark. It's a shark, guys. Because, first of all, I'm so sorry, kitty. But this is important. Alright, look, check it out. I'm a shark. I'm a shark. I'm a shark. I'm a shark. Doing the shark dance. Bum, 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 bum. People who are just now tuning in are going to be very, very confused with the shark tail dance. I have to sit on this. This is not made for people that are going to parties to sit. Granted, no one's going to a party right now, but I'm just saying. You gotta sit on the squishy tail. Oh my gosh. And then it tries to choke me? What a mistake. But maybe it made you laugh. How's everyone enjoying their October? Not well, I assume. If I stay it's better if I stay turned this way. I don't have a light source coming from here. I put up some blue lights. Maybe it'll be spooky, or maybe it'll be 80s. Whichever way you interpret it. You guys want an update on my life? A few days ago, there was a fire in the building next door. That was a little scary. Had to go out with my kitty, and Ash was not happy about that. Apartment was full of smoke. A little scary. No one was hurt. Everything was okay. But that's the most excitement going on in my life at the moment. Fun times. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the well wishes. Okay, let's get to Modelland. Enough of this. I've been sitting around dancing and telling you about fires. The only fire that we want to read about is the fire within Tyra's soul, the passion that she has for model-based post-apocalyptic stories. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't remember what we were reading the last time. I have no context for where we are right now. I'm sure it'll come back up into my mind as we go. Oh yeah, that's Tommy Wiseau. I had to take some posters down when I was filming a thing, and then I didn't put them back up. Yeah, oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm reading all the comments. I'm being such a bad streamer right now. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. Okay. So, what can I tell you for people who have not read Modelland so far? This will not be a detailed description. Maybe it will be. Tuki de la Creme. Here, I'm going to set the book down as I summarize. Tuki de la Creme is Tyra Banks' 16-year-old self-insert character who lives in a post-apocalyptic model-based, fashion-based land. Where all of the towns and countries and stuff are just named stupid names, but they're real country names, but they're stupid names, and everything's based around fashion and stuff. She chased a button by a dumpster because of a guy that she likes. She's considered ugly in this world, I guess, because she's got 2 different colored eyes. She thinks she's a forget-a-girl. Everyone wants to become a model on the Mount Olympus of this world, Modelland, which apparently gives you superpowers or something. If you find the Willy Wonka golden ticket smize in some water, then you will get a chance to go there. And then she found one, and then her sister tried to go, but then they picked her. She traveled via pouch for a very, 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 very long time and visited a bunch of stupid lands. And now she just takes stupid classes, such as learning how to eat or something. A lot of it involves a bunch of body horror for some reason. And yeah, so I hope you're ready for many, many descriptions of classes where nothing's really happening. I have a super chat from Melena Kiss. Thank you. Took a super late lunch at work just to see the beginning of the stream. Oh, that's so nice. Well, thank you. All right, well, let's get started then. I spent all this time summarizing this. That might have been the quickest description I've done of this book. Oh, and nurses are called purses. It's really clever. They're called purses because it's fashion. I'm going to start with the shark head, and then I'll take it back off again. I can't wear it this whole stream. I can't move my arms. They're stuck, because it's a onesie. Okay. Just to get the full effect, you know. We are on chapter 28, page 349. By the way, this is 569 pages. 569 pages. We are on 349. Chapter 28, The 3 Decrees. Oh, this is a continuation. What happened at the end of the last chapter? What? What's happening? Oh, she got... Oh. There's a hallway full of people returning to cats because they're bad models. Bad models get turned into cats, and they're trying to push drugs on them or something. And and then they scratched her face, so she went to the hospital with the purses. Okay. Tuki is counting down because of the drugs or something. I don't know. 1, Tuki said aloud. When Tuki opened her eyes, she saw a rainbow of colors on the hazy glass ceiling. How beautiful, she thought, but I don't remember a glass ceiling in the ORUOK. She brought her hand to her lips. They were smooth, as if she had never been attacked by the vicious cats of the corridor. Then she sat up. There was no trace of Dr. Erica, or of Purse Dressed to Kill, Zarpessa, or Bravo. She wasn't in the fashion emergency department store anymore. She was lying not on a hospital bed, but on a long glass table that had clear glass chairs neatly tucked around it. A floor-to-ceiling window looked out onto the M Plaza. Ugh, I sleepwalked again. Where the heck am I? I was swearing it up, and she's not a swearer. Where the heck am I? The walls were made of glass. On two long tables against the window sat all kinds of optical devices. Spectacles of every sort, monocles, jewelers, loupes, microscopes, viewfinders, magnifying glasses, and even a large prism, which cast a giant rainbow onto the floor. She reached out to touch a pair of ancient-looking glasses that had a pair of cloudy blue eyes drawn onto the lenses. As Tuki stared at them, the spectacles reared up on their earpieces and glared back at her. Slowly, the cloudy film over the eyes vanished, revealing 2 hazel irises. She crawled onto her hands and knees and looked down. The Golden Plaza was 60 or 70 stories below her, and it was nearly dark outside. She could barely make out some Bellas using the pliable gold surface as a mirror, fluffing their uniforms and hair. I'm in the M building, she thought, starting to panic. All the Bellas knew that this place was strictly off limits. Being found here would surely mean consequences Tukey feared to even imagine. She jumped up from the table, feeling a rush of lightheadedness. The Z-Med, she thought. There's still some left in my body. Tukey cracked open the glass door just a bit. The hallway walls were made of glass panels, which went from clear to cloudy, then back to clear. If Tukey was very careful, she could stay out of sight. Tukey saw Guru Applause, that is the handhead man, having coffee with Guru Lauro Brown. Lauro had her feet propped up on a glass table with a glass mug of coffee in her hand. Guru Applause had a crystal coffee cup in each of his 3 hands. The largest cup was in his handhead, its pinky extended. When Applause suddenly turned in Tukey's direction, she ducked and the glass wall went opaque. Whew, that was close, Tukey thought. Cautiously, she raised her head and peered through the wall across the hall, spying a large set of risers in the shape of a tic-tac-toe board. I have another super chat from Cameron Stone. If you can't get a character to place naturally, just have them appear there for no reason. Exactly. Thank you. Cautiously, she raised her head and peered through the wall across the hall, spying a large set of risers in the shape of a tic-tac-toe board. There were thrones in each square. The throne in the center square looked like it was made of pure diamond and crystal, and Gennaro Nars was in it. Tukey's heart dropped to her knees. The blood rushed from her brain. Gennaro Nars, sitting in the diamond throne, staring right at Tukey with those terrifying gray eyes. Nars, is that the one? That's the androgynous one? Laro's the androgynous one? I thought Laro, they settled on him, though, and they said her. Even though they're supposed to be androgynous. Nars was the Neely one. Yeah, okay, yeah, that was the androgynous one. I think Laro was the Australian one? Maybe I'm wrong there? Or Didgeridoo, or whatever the name of the country was. A sly smile blossomed on Guru's face. He brought something to his lips. A whistle? A weapon? I'm going back to Peppertown, Tukey thought. This is it. Gennaro smeared the mysterious item over his lips. A stripe of red appeared. Lipstick! Oh my god, why all this build-up for lipstick? Next, the Guru blew a kiss straight at Tukey. He ran his manicured fingers through unbound locks of flowing blonde hair and started to apply mascara to his lashes. And then it dawned on Tukey. The Guru couldn't see her. He was admiring his own reflection in a 2-way mirror. Angry voices floated from the end of the hall. Heart racing, Tukey tiptoed along opaque walls before they became clear again. Up ahead, Tukey spotted an emergency exit to the M sign with an arrow pointing to the left. Her way out! But she would have to pass the angry voices to get there. Slowly, she slinked closer to the exit sign. The muffled voices grew louder and angrier. 4 more glass doors, 3 more. She rounded the corner and approached a massive set of double doors. To Tukey's surprise and horror, they were slightly ajar. Persimmon stood guard outside, hands folded across her hard, flesh-colored plastic body. But she was facing the doors, not the hallway, eavesdropping. A voice floated out from behind the door, and footsteps paced angrily. What's the voice? Oh, it's the Belladonna. I don't remember what voice they gave the Belladonna. Guys, do you remember the Belladonna voice? I think it was a big, important voice. I think I gave it the Galaxy Quest aliens. Yes, the robotic voice. Okay. Kind of robot. I think it was more robotic with the mannequins. I think it was the Galaxy Quest aliens. Yeah, the Dr. Evil Galaxy Quest. Okay. Yeah, alright. Thank you, guys. You got my back. So tell me how you did it, huh? What did you do? Did you use a shovel? Your bare hands? It was the Belladonna in the flesh! Tukey could hear sobbing. Oh, Michelle's in there. Michelle! Damn it, Michelle, you're ruining Modelland! Someone was in big trouble with the belladonna, and the belladonna seemed to be enjoying the show. Oh, so now you're all sad and weak, but to the whole world you act like some damn martyr. You talk such rubbish about abolishing everything this place stands for, spewing trash about undoing the very place that made you. You scheming, conniving hypocrite. You phony, worthless wench. The mere sight of you makes me want to vomit. If I'm so bad, so vile, so disgusting, why have me return here? Tukey's eyes widened. It was CL! The belladonna let out a shriek. Don't you dare open your traitor lips to me unless I have granted you permission to speak. Do you know what it took for me to clean up that mess you made? I have been the belladonna of this school for 10 years, and I thought I had seen it all. But what you did, what you thought acceptable to do with those girls' bodies, it scares even me. Tukey blinked hard. Girls' bodies? What did CL do? The exit sign blazed in the distance. Tukey knew she should run for it as fast as she could, but she inched toward the belladonna's office door instead, closer to Persimmon. CL's sobs escalated. The belladonna's voice lowered. Yes, dear, you frightened me, and no one can scare me. At least that's what I thought. And now you've dug up some new trash. What are you planning to do with that round one that we won and that one? They were funny here at first, amusing even, kind of like hideous-looking masked mascots. But I'm over them. Abolish them now. Oh my God, the belladonna. What a jerk. It's like, it just slowly keeps... I'm just a shark now. I'm just a shark. There's another super chat from Sam4 Metroid. Radu. But mommy, I want to become an Intoxibella. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I look a mess. What if this whole stream was just done in Radu voice for Halloween? It would make no sense to people who are new to this channel. Who is this? What is this voice? I don't understand. What is going on? Okay. Where am I at? Thank you, everyone. People are so nice. How many people are in the stream right now? 123? 127. Oh, it jumped up. Everyone heard the Radu voice and they came running. They were like, oh, I heard he's back at last after how many years. Radu's returned. Tukey's eyes widened. She knew immediately that the belladonna was referring to Dylan, Shiraz, and Piper. But she didn't mention me? Tukey wondered, both guilty and relieved that the belladonna had left her out. What about me? It's all about me. How do you donate? I think at the bottom there's like there's a dollar sign. I think that's how you do it. Thank you. I want to keep them around, CJ said boldly. CL said boldly, her voice gaining strength. Maybe subconsciously that's why I picked the CJ voice, you think? I was just looking for a girl voice that wasn't that kooky. Her voice gaining strength, and you have no choice but to let me. The belladonna scoffed. Why then in hell would I do that? Well, contrary to what you, the most unloved, the beloved, the clickiest of the chic, the definer of all things stereotypical, and the extreme leader of all Bellas, unlucky to be led, think knowledge is power, and the knowledge I have will make you do whatever the hell I want, because if you don't, I will tell everyone your little secret. And what secret is that? The belladonna asked in a voice that was nervously subdued. You made one grave mistake, CL said. And I don't mean torturing me for half a friggin' year, or making me redo War of Words in my first year uniform, or demanding I answer calls at the Modelland agency where I've had to tell clients CL is not available to model for you because she's an ingrate, or forcing me to clean the floors of the ugly room with my tongue, or okay, we get it, or gagging me like a horse while you gagging me like a horse? Gagging me like a horse while you pry my eyes open and make me watch old Modelland propaganda films for 7 hours at a time while you drip saline in my eyes and so they don't dry out. And then Ben Stein's around like, for dry eyes, try Modelland. Or denying me food for 3 days in a row to slim my thick hips, or making me feel so crazy and deranged that I have to freeze my face onto a half-pleasant expression to hide the agonizing pain my body is truly suffering from every day. 10 years to get to every point. I got 2 super chats. One from Faye Queen Corey. Can we retcon the Belladonna's voice to Radu, please? Oh, thank you. Maybe I'm sure there'll be another character. There's so many of them. Maybe we'll have a Radu. And from Lee David O'Day. Love you, awesome babe. You look real and hot. You haven't streamed much. Hope you're okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Like 100 years just reading some of the chat. Will I be eating any more new Halloween candy? No, I've anything that I've gotten I've just eaten already, so I'm not really. but you know, I'll give you some recommendations if you want some spooky stuff for this year. Got some tail. Got a shark tail. Yeah, by the way, I got a lot of these from Dinosaur Dracula, so if you're ever curious about gimmicky Halloween candies and foods, he always has great lists. So we got some Hershey's Fangs. They're shaped like fangs. Oh my gosh, this outfit is the worst. It's like it wants to choke me as I'm sitting. Okay, super chat from Riff Chick. I'm sorry, what is Radu? Before my time. Oh, Radu from the movie, this movie series, Subspecies. I did a series of videos as Radu. He was a vampire! He was a weird ghoul, a weird ghoulish character, and I did some shorts as him, which was very fun to do. I've just been busy with other things. I just haven't had time, and they're not big numbers with the Radu videos. Well, that's what that is. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, so we had the Hershey's Fangs, cookies and cream fangs. They look like fangs, obviously. That's the gimmick with them. Kit Kat pumpkin pie is very good. This is not focusing. There we go. Kit Kat pumpkin pie. Reese's Frankencups. It's got the green is like the white chocolate. Kit Kat Witch's Brew, which I think is my favorite of these. It tastes just like a Rice Krispie bar. It's very good. It's marshmallow flavored. And Hershey's Kiss Vampire, which it's got like a strawberry filling inside. Okay, the closer I go, the more it doesn't want to focus. Yeah, these are all really good candies. A couple more super chats. One from Monique Ocampo. That is the cutest little shark tail ever, even better than the movie. Oh, thank you. Lee David O'Day. Are you okay? You know, we all love to tune in to see and hear your voice. It's okay. We got your back if you reach out to one of us. Are you okay? Your comments are a little strange. Thank you. Just the first one got a little bit creepy. I'm just gonna say I'm grateful for you supporting me. Thank you. Just you don't have to with the weird comments about me being hot. Don't need that. But thank you for the super chats. Okay. Hello. We got more people coming in. All right, let's get back to it. We had the short little candy break, And now we're going to go back to reading a million descriptions of the same thing. Everything goes on way longer than it needs to. That's how you get to 569 pages without actually having anything happen. So much happens and yet nothing happens. All right. CL stopped and gasped for breath. Me too. No, woman, you made the mistake of insisting I work in the admissions department, where I have full access to the new Bella's admission records. Do you want to know what I saw? What I was shocked to see? The belladonna was silent. Before we go there, CL continued, let's go over the 3 most important rules that each belladonna must abide by. The belladonna gasped. That's highly confidential. How do you know about those rules? I read them when I was enslaved in your admissions room, you idiot. So let's go over those rules. I'll let you go first, out of respect. I will not play your little game, the belladonna growled. This is stupid. This is all stupid. Like, I'm sure Tyra thinks this is a big climactic clever moment, and it's not. What, is something going on here? In chat? Okay, I'm gonna leave this as it is. Okay. Fine then, I'll list them for you in case you've forgotten, CL said. 1. You must set a world-changing definition of beauty and stick to it for 5 years. 2. All gurus must have a combination of a defect and a power. Last but not least, 3. Do not tamper with the predetermined admissions list. Predetermined, Tukey thought. She never heard that. Girls everywhere trained and practiced and walked, hoped and dreamed. Nations made their fortunes promoting their local T-Dods. Companies reaped massive profits selling beautification methods for hopeful competitors, pushing the message that the dream was alive for all. Desperate girls lost their lives every year to the Pilgrim Plague, certain that Modelland got it wrong. She thought of the protest signs in the square. It's all a sham, a phony exam. Were they right? It was foreshadowing. You thought they were just stupid signs, but Tyra done it again. She done it again. Tyra, please give us an audiobook. I would love to hear her try and pronounce candelabra language. Where the hell am I? Okay. You tampered with the official list of new Bella candidates, CL said. You scratched out one worthy candidate, and you know the consequences. You'll be forced out. You'll live a life of immense physical pain and suffering. The ugly room would be just the beginning. There was a long pause. Tukey waited, her heart pounding hard. CL, what do you want? The belladonna demanded. You're not abolishing those girls. I want them. Why? The belladonna's voice was laced with something that almost sounded like fear. Oh, sorry. Why? Why do you want her? She's got 2 different colored eyes. CL laughed devilishly, almost evilly. Devilishly, almost evilly. You know why. They're my experiments. What is going on? If you don't let me, what I did to the... Is this CL again? It started another paragraph, but it's still CL. Why did you start another paragraph? You know why they're my experiments, and then go to another paragraph and then continue her dialogue. What is this? What is this formatting? If you don't let me, what I did to those girls' bodies just might happen again. Just might have to happen again. She modified them? She did genetic experiments on the girls to make them ugly? This time I'll be successful. Let the death march begin. Come on, Belladonna. You're up for a little sacrifice, aren't you? Belladonna? She thought that was an insult? Is that... What? Huh? What? Huh? The belladonna sucked her teeth. Tukey bit down hard on her tongue to keep from crying out. Experiment? Bodies? Sacrifice? Words? There was another long pause. Then the belladonna uttered one word in a tiny voice Tukey hadn't thought the woman possessed. Okay. Good girl, CL said, like she was speaking to a dog that had just sat on at his master's command. You hold up your end of the bargain, and I won't say a word about your little experiment either. How you replaced a worthy candidate with Tukey de la Creme. Ba 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 ba. She's a sham, a fraud, an imposter girl, if you will. Another super chat from Hail Hydra. I've been listening to you read this book since the beginning, and my brain cannot retain anything about it. This book is stupid AF. LOL. Thank you. Me too. And from Wingless. Hard cut to Tyra editing her book, and it's just the life-size typing nonsense scene. Yeah. Thank you. Am I making a joke? No, I'm not making a joke. That's really what... This is really what's going on. That was the end of chapter 28. Chapter 29. Flute Creepers? Tukey de la Creme. Miracle's voice. Oh my god. We're getting to... Okay, so I didn't summarize this in case there's anyone who's just jumped in. Tukey's abusive family, the Dursleys, her mom, her mom, Creamy, and her sister, the Miracle, have embarked on the pilgrimage where they climb up the mountain to try and get to Modelland. And usually people die, but I'm gonna assume they're gonna make it, because otherwise why are we even getting... But then again, Modelland asks us a lot why anything happens, so, you know, maybe they won't make it. Tukey de la Creme. Miracle's voice floated from the back of the line of pilgrims. And Intoxibella? What? And Intoxibella. They don't really go together like ballet and tap shoes, do they, Creamy? I made her a little whinier. This is going into Zarpessa. And Intoxibella. They don't really go together like ballet and tap shoes, do they, Creamy? Of course they don't, Creamy snapped, stepping gracefully over a rocky outcropping. The pilgrims had been hiking for months. They've been hiking for months. Trying to get to that Modelland. Everyone, I beg of you to get priorities. Bruised and battered, hungry and dirty, the pilgrims trudged to an overlook and collapsed against the rocks. Suddenly, ominous winds blew in. The pilgrims raised the makeshift weapons they'd fashioned from random metal items they discovered on the mountain and sharpened. Abigail held up a piece of metal siding. Harriet, a rusty belt buckle. Lynn, what looked like a piece of a twisted car bumper. Now, I know I'm not going to remember what voices I gave these people, if any. By now, they knew that as soon as these winds kicked up, horrible creatures known as tumble terrors flew in with them. The tumble terrors! Woo! That sounds like the least liked Stephen King book. The tumble terrors. I'm out of ideas. I don't know. The tumble terrors. The tumble knockers. But they learned the hard way. Abigail Good's... I think Abigail Good was the hairy one. She doesn't shave. Abigail Good's legs had been deeply gashed by the unseen critters. One of the pug-sized creatures had extracted a 3-inch chunk from Abigail's mother's shaggy buttocks. She has a hairy butt? What in the world? What is this image we're going for? What is this imagery? She's got a butt chunk taken out. A butt chunk. Lynn, the pilgrim who had passed her was past her Modelland Prime, but was still intent on reaching the peak. Okay, she was the old lady who's like, I'm going to be a model. had lost the middle finger on her left hand when she batted at something crawling up her thigh. Oh my god, it's a Critters movie all of a sudden. Lynn had wailed not in physical pain, but for the middle finger she'd planned to use to flip off one particular person when she was crowned an Intoxabella at Modelland. Dum bum bum bum. Only Creamy and Miracle remained calm. Creamy had packed her own special concoction made from insect repellent, paint remover, and turpentine to spray on Miracle's and her own limbs. The brew protected them from harm somehow, allowing them to be calm spectators of the vicious action the storms brought on. I love, like, Tyra's just like, somehow. Yeah, somehow. This is how Tyra explains everything, somehow. But they didn't let anyone else see the potion, let alone use it. Now Lynn chanted a rhythmic phrase each time she stabbed at one of the tumble terrors. Intoxabella Larsenina, Intoxabella Larsenina! Before losing her middle finger and a bit of her sanity, Lynn had confessed to the group that Larsenina was the name of the Intoxabella with whom her husband was having a torrid affair, and for whom he had abandoned Lynn. Oh my gosh. She's going to get revenge on the Intoxabella that stole her husband. She didn't do it, but if she'd done it, you would have done the same. Larsenina was the reason Lynn had embarked on this unauthorized trip to Modelland.
Shut up already, Creamy yelled. I've told you 1,000 times Larsenina won't be an Intoxabella any longer once everyone finds out she's mating with a civilian.
I know, Lynn answered, and when I make it to Modelland and become an Intoxabella, he won't be able to resist me and he'll leave her. Creamy chuckled.
Hate to break it to you, wrinkle-face. They won't pick you with that finger missing.
I have another super chat from Zero Gravy, the Impasta Girl, Spaghetti de Bologna. She's going to Pasta Mania. Thank you. Yeah, stop adding subplots, right? Lynn's mouth fell open. Who are you calling Wrinkleface? Meanwhile, the twisted, rabid, hunchbacked figure the pilgrims had named Hunchy expertly speared a tumble terror and hurled it to the ground. Then he took off his boot, revealing razor-sharp claws, lifted his foot, and sliced the creature's human torso. It yelped in a deep, human-sounding voice. Hunchy, right? Oh, it's like it's written by Tyra at 16. Hunchy reached into the fresh gap in the torso, sifted through various organs that were still operating, and pulled out the pancreas. He then placed the entire bloody organ in his mouth. Happy Halloween! Why? So this is a horror book. This is the thing I didn't really know about this. This is like literally a horror book. All of this stuff with the body horror and the violence and the gore. It's a horror book. But they don't tell you that. You don't really expect like modeling and horror to be put together. And certainly like it was not advertised that way. This is baby's first horror book for when, like, preteens read it, and they're just like, oh, this is the violent stuff. This is the stuff my parents won't let me watch on TV. Another super chat from Wingless. I think this book might be stupid. I think you might be right, Wingless. Thank you. Alright. Eating a pancreas. An unsatisfied look illuminated his face, and he quickly spat the pancreas out, wiping his tongue of any trace remnants. The sweetbreads he desired, the reason for his trek, were so close, yet so far within a certain pale-skinned Unica who resided in Modelland. Oh, so it's one of those creatures from the sans color with all the albino people, and they eat the organs of the albino people. This is all nonsense. This is all nonsense, people. Nonsense. Macy Kamada slid his backpack straps over his shoulders and glared at his group. I think this was the guide? Okay, today marks our passage through the first level of the barrier. I don't remember what voice I gave him. I'm sorry. What? Are you friggling sticking me? Yelled Jessamine. I promise this is what is written. Only the first friggling level? She looked like she's gonna burst a blood vessel. Jessamine was the prickliest of the pilgrims, and she clearly gave Miracle a serious run for her money in the beauty category, with her thick cocoa brown hair, warm sepia skin, and bright tiger-striped eyes. I know, you think I'm lying. I ain't lying. Are you friggling sticking me is the thing that's written in this book. Are you friggling sticking me? Right here. You friggling sticking me. And no, I didn't write this book as a joke. This is a real thing that was published. I believe it made the New York Times because you can buy that very easily. Are you friggling sticking me? Friggling sticking me. Get ready, pilgrims, Kamada. Get ready, pilgrims, Kamada said. This is the part where you all will crap your pants. A super chat from Drift219 jumps through a window. Happy Halloween, you scream queens! Thank you, Drift219. Happy Halloween! The group shifted nervously. Now assemble the camp for the night, Kamada said. We attack Zone 2 tomorrow. Hurry now. Pack some food in the middle. Sleeping bags in a circle. Excluding my daughter and me, Creamy interjected. We'll sleep in our blow-up tent, as usual. Lynn rolled his eyes. Just to explain it to the readers. Because we don't know how to write things naturally. A couple more super chats. One from Wingless. Can we push friggling shtick? Can that be a thing? Oh, I hope not. Thank you. Another from Cameron Stone. I think the book just crapped its pants. Thank you. Miracle and Creamy climbed inside the tent they'd brought from home. Miracle handed Creamy some of her freeze-dried mango rations. You have to eat, Creamy. Creamy wrinkled her nose. You know me. I can't eat that. Old food, dehydrated, then wrapped airtight to allow it to fester and get even older? No thanks. I'll eat more of those tree saplings along the way. I'll be fine, Miracle dear. Just then, an eerie song floated into the cozy white tent. Miracle unzipped 2 inches of the tent zipper and peered outside. The pilgrims lay in a circle, their backs to the heap of backpacks piled in the center. Their eyes were closed. Long silver plants that resembled musical instruments had wrapped themselves around the heads of the snoring pilgrims and were starting to enter their mouths. All the while, the strange stalks emitted a spooky, haunting melody. Flute creepers, Mrs. De la Creme whispered. Flute creepers are little instrument-like vine creatures that seep into their heads and go in. Right? Yeah, the skeleton. That's Henry back there. I use him to focus the camera when I'm filming. I can't. Yeah, there we go. I'm confused with my camera. Yeah. I use him to focus my my camera when I'm filming reviews because I need a body there. Henry! Oh my god, exactly. That's what he's named after. You guys got it. Flute creepers. Kamada had told them that the flute creepers snuck up on sleeping victims, anesthetized them with flute sleeper venom. The flute creepers use flute sleeper venom. And then crawled into their windpipes. They digested their victims slowly over a period of weeks, working from the body's deepest interiors to their exteriors, all while the victims remained alive but paralyzed, feeling every bit of pain. Why wouldn't all of them be using tents? I don't really understand. If tents were an option, why didn't anyone else bring a tent? And why didn't the guide, if he knew about this stuff, bring a tent? I don't really understand. If that will protect you from the flute creepers, why you wouldn't do this? It doesn't seem that hard to avoid them if you could just sit in a blow-up tent. Seems like they're pretty easily deterred. And the super chat from Drift219. Hi, Henry. Henry says hi. Thank you. The key to preventing flute creeper death was for someone to stay awake throughout the night and keep watch. That was Kamada's job. He'd failed miserably.
Do we let them die, Creamy?
Miracle said calmly, peering at the knocked out pilgrims. They're just murderers now. Potential. The flute creepers were now about 1/3 of the way inside most of the pilgrims' throats.
There's strength in numbers, Miracle dear. We need them for later,
Creamy said, walking up to the group.
The mountain needs them for later,
she added under her breath. Mrs. Delacreme picked up one of the shank spears, and hoisted it over her shoulder like a javelin. She tossed it and it struck its target, a creeper that was halfway up Kamada's arm. The spear split the silver creeper in half, and Creamy reached in to grab the slithering creature's pulsing metallic red heart.
Ew, Miracle cried. What are you doing? The heart of the creeper has the anti-venom. The victim has to eat it alive.
Creamy opened Kamada's mouth and moved his jaw up and down.
Ugh, disgusting. Chew already, she said.
Kamada's mouth began to move on its own. Each time he bit into the creeper heart, silver and red blood squirted over his shirt onto his pants. And then Creamy went around and saved all of the pilgrims. Oh, real anti-hero, Creamy Delacreme. Miracle gaped.
Creamy, how do you know how to do that?
Mrs. Delacreme looked off into the wild expanse around her, then stared cunningly at her daughter.
Personal research, Miracle dear. Personal research.
That's the end of chapter 29. A couple of short chapters. Got a couple more super chats. One from Sam4 Metroid. Flute Creeper sounds like the nickname for that weird pervy kid in band class, right? Thank you. Another from Cameron Stone. Beauty's borther, then let them die. I think I mean Beauty's brother, but it's funnier to say borther. Beauty's brother, then let them die. Thank you. All right, we are on chapter 30. D-Head and Dread. Tuki ran out of the M building faster than she'd ever run in her life. The journey was a blur. She had been on the 77th floor and knew she hadn't taken the elevator, but she only remembered charging down a few flights of stairs, and she couldn't recall dodging mannequins or gurus or snaking her way to the ground floor exit, but she had made it out of the building without being detected. She ran across the gold-tinted surface of the plaza. The floor bubbled, creating for the first time not question marks as it had when Tuki had arrived at Modelland, but three-dimensional Tukis. She ignored them. The last thing she wanted to do at that moment was primp. As she neared the D, her brain replayed the same questions over and over. Did the Belladonna really choose me over someone else? Is Miracle the person I replaced, or is it a girl in another town across the world? A girl who's worse off than even I was? Shiraz had been right all along. Zarpessa had been right all along. The four Unicas had been blithely sailing along at Modelland. Unicas, right. The four Unicas. Unicas, right. I forgot what the fuck that was. The four Unikas had been blithely sailing along at Modelland, attending their classes, becoming more and more relaxed, and all this time CL and the Belladonna were plotting to do things to them, to abolish them, to experiment on them, to do gruesome things, for the rumors always dealt with heinous tortures of the mind and the body. Acts so torturous the victims begged to be killed and put out of their misery. And when death came, it was not a reprieve, but eternal damnation. Suddenly something else occurred to Tukey. The bodies the Belladonna had mentioned to CL in the M. The horrible things CL had done. What if that had something to do with the experiments, torture, and sacrifice too? What if CL had taken the torture too far, had done something even Modelland didn't stand for? The Belladonna said CL scared even her. Oh God, CL is the most twisted, diabolical person here. Tukey headed straight for the path that led her to the D. The face-shaped hedge rustled, its expression turning from a sensitive smile to a disappointed frown as soon as it laid its ivy eyes on her. It's like I'm becoming numb to all of these stupid things in this book. Like, the hedge face doesn't even faze me anymore. It's like, sure, why not? Sure, why not? Even the bush wants to hurt me, she thought, barreling onward. Even the bush wants to hurt me. And then slam! Tukey made contact with something hard and solid.
Well there, Creamy,
Bravo said, his eyes scanning her from head to toe. Tukey gasped. What did you just call me? Bravo's smile filtered.
Creamy, because of the whipped cream you keep in that flour thing, among other things now.
His eyebrows rose. Tukey raised her chin a notch higher. If you know what's good for you, you won't ever call me Creamy again.
Sorry.
He held up his palms in surrender.
Would D-head be more appropriate? The shape of your head reminds me of the D.
Excuse me? His insults were getting worse, sounding eerily similar to things Arpessa would say. Kind of stupid, though.
No, Tukey, I mean D-head in a good way.
Does he? Bravo backpedaled.
It's my favorite building here. I love uncommon beauty, and the D is a perfect example.
What the fuck is he on about? He looked her up and down.
It's a curious collection of peculiar things. Apart, they would be less than ordinary, but together, they're special. You remember me telling you I'm really into architecture, right? I'd love to show you all my favorite buildings in Modelland someday, if you're interested, that is.
Typical pickup line. I'd love to show you all my favorite buildings. Tukey lowered her eyes. Then she cleared her throat, remembering the task at hand. She had to get to her friends and tell them what she'd heard. They had to form a plan.
Are you okay?
Bravo asked. Tukey couldn't tell Bravo what she'd just found out. She'd violated all kinds of rules, spying on the Belladonna, being in the M building. I'm fine. Why was she in the M building? I'm sure there's probably some reason she was there, but not explained. Mystery. A real mystery, Tyra.
Your lips look perfect,
Bravo said, eyeing Dr. Erica's handiwork.
No swelling, nothing. They look ripe for your first kiss.
Ew! Ew, 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 ew. Ew, 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 ew. Who says that? Who says that? They look ripe for your first kiss? Ew! First the thumb sucking and then this? Don't like it. If Tukey could have crawled under a rock and died right then, she would have. She'd forgotten about how Zarpessa had teased out her secret, taunting her for having never been kissed, making her look even more like the awkward, inexperienced, funny-looking girl she was. And yet when she peeked up at Bravo, he was smiling at her expectantly, hopefully, almost like he wanted to give Tukey her first kiss himself. What a creep! Super chat from Johnny Worldbeater. Your onesie is spectacular. Thank you. I'm a shark. I'm a pink shark. There's a hood. It's hot, though. Where the hell am I? Okay. A gust of wind picked up, blowing around stray leaves from the bushes. A leaf landed on Tuki's bottom lip. Smiling, Bravo reached out to brush it away. His thumb touched both of her lips, then entered her mouth a bit. No, not with the thumb sucking again. Why? Why is this a recurring thing? Ew. You removed the last traces of leaf. What a weird thing to happen. A leaf blew onto her lip, and then he's brushing the leaf away, and then she's sucking his stuff. This is all very strange. Another super chat from Valdegast. How is Ash doing these days? Oh, thank you. Ash is doing fine. She got recently diagnosed with hyperthyroidism, which is pretty common in older cats. So she's getting some medicine, but she's doing pretty good. Thank you. Another from Cameron Stone. Inappropriate! Exactly. Thank you. Creepy, 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 creepy. He removed the last traces of leaf, but his thumb lingered between her lips just like before. Tuki's heart pounded. Her knees wobbled. Her heart started to flutter, and she felt a warm gush through her core. It's just pee. Try not to suck on his thumb again. Where's it at? Try not to suck on his thumb again is the thing. Try not to suck on his thumb again. Try not to. Please restrain yourself. Oh, a couple of longer super chats. Thank you. One from Wingless. How did a leaf land specifically on her lower lip? How is it in this absolute nightmare of suffering and confused misery that the leaf landing on her lip was what broke me, right? Thank you. Another from Alucarda Lacarte. Alucarda Lacarte? Watched the riff tracks of Amanda and the Alien and couldn't stop waiting for your summer voice every time Nicole Eggert was on screen. Thanks so much for Baywatching. Your bad moods are my bad moods are your save. Oh, thank you. They did Amanda and the Alien? I gotta watch that one. I've seen it. I've seen Amanda and the Alien. It's a weird fucking movie. But not the worst Nicole Eggert movie I've seen. Thank you.
I hope that you feel better soon. I'm the one that's miserable all the time. I will take on the misery for you.
Oh my god, this is going on forever. Okay, try not to suck on his thumb again.
You have such pretty eyes.
Bravo whispered.
They're a mixture of chocolate and mint.
Chocolate and mint. Real quick, this looks like this is gonna get steamy. Okay, so look up the Modelland theme song. Just Google Modelland theme song, and then play it for ambiance. You're gonna want some ambiance for this. Some romance, if you will. Are we almost to the end? You wish. We're a little over 200 pages left in this book. Everyone got their music ready? Okay. Tuki made a face. Yuck, I hate chocolate. He complimented her eyes. She goes on forever. She goes on for fucking ever in every chapter about how she's such a freak because of her stupid different colored eyes. And the one person compliments her eyes and she's like, chocolate, I hate chocolate. What's wrong with you?
You might hate it, but I love it,
Bravo whispered. Blood crept to Tuki's cheeks. Seriously? Look, Bravo, she began to turn away. I really want to hate you. I mean, you're not my type. If you and I entered a Peppertown beauty pageant, you'd win every category, and well, it's kind of obvious. He's too pretty for her. She hates chocolate, right? I only ever knew one person in real life that hated chocolate, and she's not a nice person. I mean, if you don't like chocolate, it doesn't automatically mean you are, but I feel like it's a bad sign.
But you don't hate me, right?
Bravo asked, almost sounding worried. Tuki swallowed hard. No. She couldn't believe she was having such a candid, honest conversation with a guy, especially this guy. In some ways, she wished Creamy could see her now. She wished everyone at B3 could see her too, even though they never did. Oh my god. You know, you just found out about body experiments and a big conspiracy. But no, it's like,
Oh, there's a boy. A cute boy likes me.
Good.
Bravo said. He touched the side of Tuki's face as if she were clay and he were a sculptor. Turning into Ghost, or that music video for Lionel Richie's Hello. Sculpting a face. Her typo here. It says, her pulled gently on a frizzy portion of her hair and smiled. His hand then moved to the back of her neck. Hi, Tuki said awkwardly to Bravo. She were just seeing him for the first time. Hi, he said back, breaking into the lopsided smile again. He moved closer. The hairs on the back of Tuki's neck stood up. Is this going to be it? My first kiss? Am I ready? Is this actually happening? But then CL's horrifying words popped into her head again. I have to go, she said, turning away.
Wait up,
Bravo cried, but Tuki pushed past him before he could finish his sentence. She felt his eyes on her. She darted farther down the hedge, but she didn't turn back. Oh, thank God. Saved by the experiments. How old is she supposed to be at this point? 15, 16? I mean, I realize teenagers kiss. How old is he supposed to be? This is what I'm wondering. This is what I'm wondering about these two. Maybe it's because I'm just imagining in my mind that he's the same age as when Tyra had Tyson Beckford play him in her little fantasy top model world. You missed Phalis live earlier. Oh, was he streaming? I gotta ask him about that. I don't know. I was sleeping. See what Phelan was doing. Okay. Tuki ran into the D. That's what Bravo wanted, for her to run into the D. Tuki ran into the D, sliding on the slick floor of her dorm room. Shiraz, Dylan, and Piper were there in a cheerleader-type pyramid. They were yelling random things at Kamalani, who was ignoring them. What are you guys doing? Tuki was so out of breath she was barely able to get the words out of her mouth. So, what are you guys doing?
We've been doing all kinds of hijinks for the last half hour, and she still hasn't looked up,
Dylan answered, pointing to Kamalani.
She's so lost in the headbanger,
Shiraz said, waving her centura in the air.
We make the bed to see how long it takes for her to see us.
Because she's got a drug addiction to her little music thing. Premiere. Oh, I know what you're talking about with Phelan's stream. That was the he was doing a live premiere of his the Halloweeny video, I believe. He talked about that yesterday. See, I know what's going on with my boyfriend. Yeah, you guys should watch it, by the way. It was very funny. The return of Halloweeny. All these jokes about these ghost shows that we watch together sometimes. Okay. Dylan nodded.
The girl who loses must give your bestie, Zar Oppressor, a shove the next time she spews evil. Wanna play?
An awkward sentence. An awkward sentence. Actually, guys, I need... Still out of breath, Tuki walked to her corner of the room and sat down on her as-yet unmaterialized bed. She motioned for the girl... How does she know where the bed... Well, I guess the bed's in the same place. But how do you know where the bed is? She motioned for the girls to join her. While the bed was appearing, Tuki formulated what she wanted to say. And then it all spilled out of her in a flustered, emotional jumble, and I'm sure we'll read it again. We just saw it, but we're going to read again everything that happened. Another super chat. Alina Goldberg. I cannot believe in the entire book writing process no one said that this might be a bad idea. Thank you. Tyra appears to surround herself with yes people, so I don't believe anyone else told her no or did any writing or checking or anything on this. And then it all spilled out of her in a flustered emotional jumble. The Zed meds, finding herself in the M building, Gennaro and the lipstick, Persimmon listening at the door, and the awful conversation between the Belladonna and CL. We're not supposed to be Bellas here, Tukey finished. I know the sacrifice rumors are true. The three girls stared at her as though Tukey had sprouted another head. Wait, what you hear CL say again? Shiraz said. Tukey looked at her friend's worried face and for a moment felt like this whole mess was her fault. She wanted to hug Shiraz tightly, to tell her that it would all be okay, but Tukey knew they were far from okay. Then she glanced at Kamalani, but she was still listening to her headbanger with her eyes closed. CL said that she wants to experiment on you, and she sounded like a demon when she said it, she whispered, and the Belladonna wants to do the same to me. Everyone gasped.
Are you sure they meant experiment on us, as in that way?
Piper asked.
Human sacrifices that lead to our agonizing deaths? What does this have to do with me and my children? I'm the only one that should commit a sacrifice.
Tukey took a deep breath. She hated telling her friends about this, but they had to know. Yes, I'm sure. I think CL's done this before. See, I have a minor sleepwalking problem I've been struggling with since I could walk. So she literally just sleptwalked into the building and no one stopped her. Nothing happened. Is that how they're explaining she was in the building? Or is there going to be some other reason that's terribly clever? And the first night here, I sleepwalked and I saw CL. It was weird. She was chanting in some dark red basement here, and she was beating herself to a pulp. She kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And today, the Belladonna kept referring to this awful thing CL did to dead bodies. I think the things I saw are connected. I think she was apologizing to the people she tortured and killed. But she's ready to do it again. Dylan blinked hard.
Wait, this happened the first night we were here? Why are you just telling us now? You know how CL's been staring and scaring us. You're the one who made up this whole Unikas thing. Hello, Unica, Unity? And you were right there, Tukey, when CL went all demonic in War of Words and brought back my own demons.
I'm sorry, Dylan. I didn't know if I was hallucinating or if I really saw CL doing that stuff. I should have told you sooner. It sounded crazy, and I didn't want you guys to think I was crazy. I wanted you to accept me. I wanted you as friends. Another super chat from Baldagast. Just wait till you discover the world of dinosaur erotica. Oh, Chuck Tingle? Space Raptor Butt Invasion, The Billionaire Dinosaur Turned Me Gay, and other titles. Thank you. But those are actually supposed to be funny. Those are... Is it satire? Is that the term for... they're parodies. And sometimes they have a point, and Hugo Award nominated, which Tyra is not. Just saying. Dylan sighed and shook her head. An agonizing half-minute ticked by, Tukey's heart pounding hard. What if Dylan is really pissed with me? What if she never speaks to me again? I can't lose her. Not now. Finally, Dylan's face softened.
I understand, Tukey. I don't know what I would have done with that information either.
Dylan hugged her knees. They changed paragraphs again.
I'm really scared, y'all. I don't want to die. I'm still so young. We all are. I'm trying to do something with my life and to help my mama, my sisters, and my brothers. Y'all know I got 4 of each. None of them have ever been outside of the nation.
I don't want to do the dying either, Shiraz cried. I am Shiraz. I want bring happiness and light to Candelabra. Well, I certainly don't want to die, Piper murmured. I've never felt so alive. It feels so good to not start every day in fear of the Legazards taking my life. How am I going to order Leo around if I get my life taken? I can't die before Leo, my stupid undead husband.
Piper grabbed Dylan's hand. Dylan reached for Shiraz's, and then Shiraz grasped Tukey's. Everyone was shaking. Then Tukey steadied herself, took a deep breath, and said, Unikas, there's only one thing to do. We have to escape. There was a long pause. Excuse me. And then I burped. There was a long pause. Piper nodded.
I'm in. I will do the escaping too, Shiraz said.
I will do anything not to get tortured, Dylan said, even if it means going back to work in customer service.
Oh, Tyra's never worked customer service in her life. Another super chat from Angie A. I've been a fan of yours from France for years, and I'm so glad to catch one of these streams. Hope you're well. Oh, thank you. What a nice little message. Who is talking right now? Oh, Piper. Okay.
All good plans, especially ones involving crime, start with assigning roles.
Oh, Piper knows all about this.
Giving people with certain talents particular duties, and then designing the operation around what they all do best,
Piper said. Then Piper, you should be a researcher and technology expert, Tukey said.
I got a big mouth,
Dylan volunteered.
Yes, you do,
Shiraz teased, opening her mouth wide.
Ah.
I can distract people,
Dylan said. This is not very helpful, Dylan. Dylan said, popping Shiraz playfully on the mouth. What? 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 Popping with what? With the hand? With the lips? With the... How did she pop her? Good, we'll need that, Tukey said.
I'm Speedy,
Shiraz declared.
I be messenger, the Outlook. The lookout, absolutely,
Piper said. Then she looked at Tukey.
What about you?
Tukey felt her friend's eyes on her. All at once she felt as lost as she'd been at B3. What am I good at? Splitting? Having no one notice me? The linguist? She volunteered. Yeah, the fact she can speak 15 fucking languages, I guess that's a skill you could use. Another super chat from Cameron Stone. Nah, I'd take the torture over customer service. That's true. Customer service sucks balls. Thank you.
I know,
Shiraz yelled.
You be our leader.
Huh? Tukey swallowed. I'm not really leader material, guys.
Who says?
Dylan stood up and placed both hands on her shapely hips and said,
Who got our scaredy butts out of the THBC without us going through the home doors like all those other girls? Who commanded we hightail our punk booties onto the Belladonna's lion tongue and catwalk corridor? Who thinks Tukey should be the head bella in charge? A show of hands!
Dylan raised a balled fist in the air like she was inciting a revolt. Shiraz and Piper did the same.
It's unanimous, Tukey. You're the official leader of the Unica's escape plan,
Piper said. Tukey shut her eyes. Her mind flashed back to the corridor into the THBC. Was that leading? Have I been leading them without even knowing it? Pride began to flow through her body like liquid gold. I can do this. I can lead them. I will get us all out of here. Not that she had the slightest clue where to begin. And that is the end of chapter 30. We are 199 pages to the end. Look at that. Look at us. Guys, we are conquering this book. We are conquering the hell out of this book. Super chat from Samir Sela. They're all going to die. That'd be the best possible ending to this book. All right. Well, I think Macho Mike, there is 569 pages total. So we are at page 370 at the moment. All right. So I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. This has been a great time. You know, I was feeling it. I think we were having a good, chill time. And it was horrible as usual, but in a very good way. I had fun. So yeah, I'm gonna end it now. I hope you guys have a good rest of your evenings. Let's do another one tomorrow, same time, huh? 3 p.m. CST. Yeah, let's do it again tomorrow. We'll have another spooky Halloween time. All right, bye guys.